What did you want me to say again? Okay. Don't forget to use the code HK21 in the shop.
What's up, everybody? So this video is going to be on how to create LTMs, you know, for the epic LTM contest that's wrapping up in about a little over a week. And I know this is supposed to be posted earlier, but it's all good. You know, some cool stuff came out of the time in between, because while I was making this map here that I was going to use for the video, I said fuck it and turned on the YouTube live stream, and some people actually joined the chat. And they said they were down to help me create this map. And within an hour and a half, I mean, look at this shit, dude. This is just 4 random people throwing a map together, and it just turned out straight beautiful. All just to be used for a video. And I don't remember their names now, but I'll throw it down in the description because they did a really good job and really helped me out. But basically, it opened my eyes to the fact that, dude, creative mode streaming could work. And it's some shit that I've never really seen other people do. I mean, you'll sometimes see Scissors playing other people's maps or whatever, and, you know, that's cool or whatever, but I kind of like the idea of, you know, map building and stuff like that as well. So I'm going to start streaming on YouTube. Ultimately, I will move my streaming to Twitch and keep my YouTube channel exclusively for posting videos, but for right now, we're just going to stream off YouTube. And yeah, I figured that we could, you know, build some maps together. We could also play some of your guys' maps, because after we were finished with this map here on the stream yesterday, we went and played some of the viewers' maps, and they were like all super fucking fun. And they all had elements of shit that, you know, I've never considered when making a map. And I think some people in chat were saying they've learned some stuff just from watching other people's maps that they've made. And yeah, so I think in the future, be on the lookout for more streams. Like I said, I don't have a streaming schedule yet, but I will create one and get that information to you guys. And dude, it's gonna be so much fun. This is definitely some new territory I've never seen anyone venture in. But like, look at this shit, dude. Look how beautiful this is. Just some random dude joined in and created this shit. I never would have thought of making, you know, a little train set on a table like that myself. So we've got big shit in the future. But yeah, enough with that little announcement there. Let's get into the actual informative section of this video. So let's hop into that real quick. Time to get down to what you guys all came here for. So what is currently on my screen now is everything that you could possibly use to create different type of LTM. I'm sure there will be more in the future, but for now, this is it. So all of these things come from the device tab up on this top row right here, other than the team settings and inventory that are down the bottom. And basically, these are all special because you can interact with them. So as you can see, each of these different things has their own unique settings to them. And how these settings work is they interact with the My Island's game settings. So, or excuse me, just the games tab. So as you can see in this little section here, any of these settings that say to win are how you're going to create separate LTMs. So currently we have creature eliminations set to be the win condition, and the type of scoreboard that the player is going to have is also matching and set to creature eliminations. So we're just going to start the game here, and the game will now know to end the game once the set amount of creatures to win is reached. So let's do that real quick. So now that we're loaded in, you'll notice that underneath the map, it is keeping track of how many creatures we kill. So that was what the scoreboard setting was. And we're just going to head down this little sexy map here, the creatures, and we need 2 creature kills to win. So we're going to clap this bad boy, give this motherfucker the work, and once we reach 2, the game ends. So that was the ultra basic tutorial on how to create an LTM, but we can definitely get a lot more complicated with how we want to do this. So if we head back into the My Islands tab and head down to the win section here, we can actually turn on multiple, fuck me, a train's going, really? A train? Alright, that was awkward. We can actually turn on multiple win conditions to give the player different options to win. So if we turn on the collect items to win, now we have it set to where you could either win through creature eliminations, or you can go collect the coins that I've hidden throughout the map. So where this really becomes applicable is when we add in a second player into the game. So I'm going to call my friend and get him in here to show up. We got our little test dummy in here. And between you and I, dummy indeed. Alright, so... Oh, when the game... I have to start the game first. I gotta do, like, the pre-recording first. Like, explaining the settings. Okay, yeah. But, we can set it so different teams have different objectives to win. So, for me, we're going to go into our island settings and click collect items to win, or excuse me, yeah, collect items to win, and we're going to turn that on to 3. And then we're going to go over to this spawn pad, and we're going to dedicate it to Team 2, which is what my buddy's team is, and we're going to set it so he cannot win through collecting items. So collect items to win, off. So now, the objective of the game is, I can either win, let's see the game settings here, or where are we at? I can either win by 5 creature eliminations, as you can see here, or collect 3 items to win. But for him, he can only win through creature eliminations, because I turned collect items off. So now we're going to go into the game, and see how that works. So here we are, and I'm going to head out. He's going to go try to kill creatures or whatever. And I am just going to grab these little coins here. And the game ends. And of course, even though it tracks how many he collects, he was never able to win in the first place through collecting coins. He was only able ever to win by killing monsters. So in addition to giving like different objectives to win, you can also pit people's objectives against one another. So the way this game is going to be set up is that the objective for me as Team 1, let's set it to Team 1, is going to be to get scores off of hitting the shooting gallery dummies. So we're going to head down to the bottom, score to win, we'll set it to 200, whatever. And we're going to set his objective to win to basically just kill me. So eliminations to win, 1. So now, because Team 2, as you can see at the top here, and Team 1 have different objectives to win, they're kind of pit against each other. So let's start the game and see if he's able to kill me before I can rack up my score on the shooting dummy. Alright, so now that we're in, I have to go get 200 points, as you can see from the scoreboard in the top right. And he's going to try to stop me by getting his 1 elimination. So, knowing him, he's probably just going to camp the dummy and wait until I get there, because he's a little fucker like that. So let's head to the dummy that I put down and see if I can score it up on him. Oh, here he comes. Oh, shit. He's so bad. Alright, I feel like I gotta break the fourth wall here for a moment. So, when we were filming that clip just now, I wanted to show that he could win the game through eliminations while I could get the score thing. So, clearly I wanted him to win. But I was initially trying to act like, you know, I was shooting back at him. But, dude, no amount of bad acting could save that fucking awful performance of shooting that he just put on. Oh my god. Or maybe he was 200 IQ and trying to shoot the target behind me. But either way, I feel like I had to address that. I can't have you guys thinking that I'm really that bad as what I was just showing in that clip. But to summarize this video in as concise of a way as I possibly can, creating LTMs is all about your My Island settings and how they interact with both devices and the team settings and starting inventory slabs. So it really is a pretty complicated subject, so I can't really go into all the details. I tried to include as many settings as possible, but really, if you want to create fluid and unique LTMs, especially like the hybrid types like I was showing at the end of the video, it's going to require a a lot of experimenting on your own, and definitely a lot of fucking up. Like, even while I was making this video, it took me so many takes, because I would try to do a clip, and then a setting would be off, and then I would have to do the whole thing over again, and it's a pretty complicated thing. But definitely don't get discouraged by how complicated it is, because once you figure out what all the settings do and how they interact with each other, you're able to create some really unique game types. And I think that, at least for Epic's contests, that's what they're looking for, is a game type that people will have fun playing, but also one that's unique and really hasn't been messed around with much. To put it in perspective, if you think about Fortnite in its beginning stages, people were really slow at building. The most that you would see is, like a ramp reinforced by a wall. But now you have crazy shit where, people were inventing new building techniques all the time. And it's not like they weren't able to do that before, it's just people hadn't experimented around enough to be able to do that. So if you think about that in terms of creative, all the settings are there in place to create some really unique game types that no one has made before. It's just that they haven't been developed yet, or excuse me, the meta, I guess you could say, hasn't evolved to the point yet to where people are used to navigating those settings. So, who knows? You could be the one to help develop the creative meta, if you will, and really come up with a unique LTM which could really take over. So yeah, best of luck. Definitely just requires a lot of experimenting. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that's covered in this video or how any of these settings work, definitely put them down in the comments, and I will try my best to answer them and help you guys out. So thank you guys for watching. Like I mentioned in the video, I will be streaming more. Right now it's just going to be pretty random until I figure out a schedule. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my video. Oh, and one last thing. I just wanted to mention, oh shit, that, I mean, normally you're supposed to do your whole advertisements for sub to the channel at the end or whatever, but while I was filming this, somebody that I really look up to passed away. He was a rapper. I mean, if you guys can't tell at this point, I'm really into rap music. And a rapper passed away while I was making this. His name is Nipsey Hussle, and he was a really motivating figure. Like, I would say he was part of the reason why I started a YouTube channel in the first place, is because he's the perfect combination of, like, banging beats, hard lyrics, but also just a really motivated and stand-up guy. So instead of, promoting my channel, if you're interested in rap music, I would say go look up Nipsey Hussle's music. I mean, I know this is kind of a weird time to do this, but I just felt like I really wanted to put that out there because he was a big factor in me starting this channel. So go check that out. Go experiment around with LTMs, and I hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye.
Turn 7 to a 14, 14 to a whole thing. Lord knows it's a cold game. Switched up on you hoes, man. Big body take both lanes. Backseat blowing propane.